my roof vent has got lights in it, which is kind of nice. And I've got the light coming in from this window, but there's no other light anywhere else in here. So you can see how bright they are. So they'll light up quite a bit, especially in a small space where it's going to be. It'll light up that whole front nose section. So that's kind of nice. You wire it in when you wire the fan in, and no extra wiring, which is nice. So that's going to be a nice addition. All right, you've got a tricky situation like this. You've got to get in behind here and up behind here with your insulation. Well, the tape measure tab is too big to go up in there. So I've got to measure from up in there down to here. So take a piece of scrap, stick it up in there, and you can mark it. And that'll give you your height. Same here. You can mark it from inside and mark that length. And you can mark this height. Got your height and you got your length. Now you transpose it to another piece of foam, and that'll be your size. Okay, you've got your piece cut. All I like to do is put a little bit of a 45 on here. Makes it go in behind here a little easier. But now, how are you going to get that in there? I mean, you can't get it up in there and in here at the same time, because you got to get it up there to get it over here, or you got to get it in here and still got to get up over there. So what are you going to do? How are you going to get that in there? Well, it's simple. Just slice it in half. By slicing it in half, you're not really compromising anything. I'm slicing it behind you here. All right, as you can see, I've sliced it in half. So, mark on the first piece. I'm getting it in and sliding it up. And you get your second piece in. And make sure it's a good tight fit. Sorry about the shaking, I don't have the stabilizers underneath. And there you go. That's pretty much sealed. So in places like that, that's what you have to do. I've got a couple places where both verticals go in here. So I'm going to have to slice it down the middle to get it in. Anyway, that's a quick tip on how to get some foam in places that doesn't look like it's going to fit. So I made a pattern out of cardboard to fit the nose section up front. And as you can see, it's just put together with plywood and with cardboard and tape. Got it where I wanted it. Got it pretty close. Now both sides are not exactly the same, so I'm going to have to modify this one. And as you can see right here, I took it out of the end of this piece. And as we go further down here into this disaster, you can see it's installed up there. So now we have our 3/4 right here. We have our 1" right here. And it fits perfect because it's flush with this. These 3/4 are flush with this. I got a little bitty corner to put in right here, which is no big deal. Then I gotta make a little pattern for this. This is rectangular. Again, I've got to take that pattern and hold it up here and make a little bit of adjustment. This is Reflectix. And then I'll have the foam on top of that. So when it's done, it should be not airtight. I don't want it airtight, but it will be a lot better than it was. Plus, all this on here will keep the outside aluminum from flopping in the wind, which is kind of nice. Let's see if I can see if we can do that here. Let's go out and take a look. Yeah, see now, this used to just flop back and forth, and now it's pretty solid. Yeah, there's no flopping in here at all now. Yeah, it was flopping like crazy. I mean, you could push it in over a 1/4 inch. So that's going to stiffen up all the walls and make it nice. Ah, little by little, it's getting done. All right, check back with me. I'm going to put that little piece up there, then I'm going to get this piece up here cut. Well, I'm going to modify the pattern first, and then I'm going to get it cut. All right, keep checking in. I'm modifying my pattern. Whoops, if I can get it focused here. There we go. I'm adding some strips in to close up any gaps. See, we're good and tight through here. But here, see, we got a gap so that you can see it's not the same as the other side. So I'm going to fill that in. And this corner is not exactly the same as the other side. So I'll adjust this pattern so that the foam fits as well as this one does. This one fits very nice. All the way down. I like it. Alright. Then I get to go the rest of the way down. I'm thinking it's going to take 5 sheets, but I'm not sure. I think it's going to take 4 more sheets to finish the walls. And once I do that, I start putting in the plywood that came out and start marking locations for my boxes and the electrical and all that good stuff. It's still a long journey, so hang with me. Got a long ways to go. Hopefully you might pick up some tricks, I don't know. Shuttle bus came out really well. I'm hoping this is going to come out even better. Here's the modified driver's side pattern. You can see I've added a strip here because there was a gap. I added some strips here because there was gaps. And I recurved this. It doesn't have to be perfect. It's just got to be close. I mean, you can fill in, if it's not perfect, you've got a gap, you can fill in with some caulking or some foam or whatever you'd like to do. So I'm getting ready to cut this and get this up on the passenger side. Again, both sides aren't identical. Nothing is plumb and square, so you have to just work around it. Well, it's going along. Got the nose almost finished, just one piece up there, but I got a little ahead of myself. I've got to put some hard points in. My hard point here for the ceiling is here, but I have no hard points back here. So what I'm going to do is trim this back 1.5 inches and put a wooden hard point in there, glue it in. I shouldn't have to screw it in because there's not going to be any weight really on it. Then come across here with a hard point, and then down this side with a hard point. It doesn't have to go all the way because that distance from here to here is 8 inches, so 1/4 inch beadboard or whatever I put up there will go across that no problem. So I guess tomorrow I'm gonna get some 5/4 and put some hard points in, and then I'm gonna have to put some more hard points down there at the end where it goes over the springs. I'm not sure exactly how I'm going to do that yet till I get there, which will be probably a week or so. these things up here so I can, if I have to, I can get into here. I can cut an access port in the plywood and get to all this stuff here. So little by little, whoop, so much stuff in here. Little by little, it's getting there. Come on back, keep track. Well, getting ready to put some hard points in that I forgot. So I'm going to put a hard point in here, here, putting one up in here, here, and here. 5 points. Of course, it'll be connected here, so it's not much of a span there. So I'm going to epoxy them in. Let's see. I've cut some 5/4. That'll go up in there. So I'll epoxy it to this metal rail here and to the aluminum sheet up there. And then I'll just put my reflectix on top of that. I won't need this piece. And that'll get me flush again right to here. So that's what I'm working on today. It's raining out a little bit. I'll probably get more rain later, so I'm not going to be getting a whole lot done, but I'll be getting something done. All right. I'll be back in a bit.